Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Pipit Octavianingrum. I will present my paper. The title is The Effect of Profitability, Investment Decision, Funding Decision, and Dividend Policy on Firm Value. The background is normatively the company's goal is to maximize the value of the company or worth for shareholders. For companies that go public, the value of the company will be reflected in the company's share price on the capital market. Maximizing the value of the company is the same as maximizing the market price of the stock. If the price per share rises, shareholders will be happy because they will become more prosperous. Firm value can be measured by price to book value or PBV. Firm value is influenced by profitability, investment decision, funding decision, and dividend policy. Literature and hypothesis. Signal theory. Signal theory is a signal given by company management to investor as an indication of the company's prospect. The signal is in the form of information about what management has done to realize the wishes of the owner. Profitability. Profitability reflects the profit from financial investment. The higher the profitability ratio, the higher the company value. If profitability is high, the stock price is also high, which results in higher firm value. Hypothesis number 1 is profitability affect firm value. Investment decision. Firm value from stock market value indicator is strongly influenced by investment opportunities. The theory underlying investment decision is signaling theory. The theory states that investment spending provides a positive signal for the company's growth in the future, thus increasing stock price as an indicator of firm value. Hypothesis number 2 is investment decision affect firm value. Funding decision. When a company uses debt as a source of funding, there will be an increase in the value of the company. Rational investor will judge that high debt is able to bring about an increase in company value. Debt in this case is interpreted by shareholders as a signal of company value. Hypothesis number 3, funding decision affect firm value. Dividend policy. The company is considered more profitable when the company has good performance, and it can be seen from the increasing dividends given by the company to investors. In the end, the company's value will be maximized, and this can be seen from the share price. Hypothesis number 4 is dividend policy affect in firm value. The method. This research approach is a quantitative research approach. The location taken as the location of this research is the Indonesia Stock Exchange or IDX for a 3-year period starting in 2018 until 2020. Data type and search. Data type is documentary and data search is secondary data. Data collection technique is the documentary. The population of this study are all manufacturing companies listed on the Indonesian Stock Exchange or IDX in the period 2018 until 2020. Sample was determined using a purposive sample method. The sample criteria used are follows. Number 1, manufacturing companies listed on the Indonesian Stock Exchange and publish consecutive financial report from 2018 until 2020. Number 2, manufacturing companies that distribute cash dividends during the study period. Number 3, manufacturing companies that publish financial reports in rupiah currency. Number 4, manufacturing companies that have positive profits during the 2018 until 2020 period. Results of multiple linear regression analysis. The research of linear regression can be described as follows. Constant value has a value of 1.773. The variable profitability with a value of 30.359 explain the positive relationship. The investment decision variable with a value of 0.007 explain the positive relationship, and the funding decision variable with a value of 1.150 explain the positive relationship, and the last, the dividend policy variable with a value of minus 0.1386 explain the negative relationship. Partial test result or t-test. The result of testing the effect of the independent variables on the dependent variables follows the hypothesis or accepted. Simultaneous test result or if-test. Best, it can be concluded that the independent variable is in this study are profitability, investment decision, funding decision, and dividend policy have a simultaneous effect on firm value. Discussion. The effect of profitability on firm value. Profitability has a significant positive effect on firm value. This means that the higher the value of profitability, the higher the value of the company. The results of this study are consistent with Husnan, which states that if a company is able to generate increased profits, it will have an impact on increasing stock price. The effect of investment decision on firm value. Investment decisions have a significant effect on firm value. This proves that every investor who invests certainly considers the value of the company. If the manager's success in making the right investment decision, the assets invested will produce optimal performance, thereby giving a positive signal to investors, which will increase stock price and company value. The effect of funding decision on firm value. Funding decisions have a significant positive effect on firm value. The higher the DER value, the PBV value will be even higher. With careful planning in determining the capital structure, it is expected that the company can increase the value of the company. The effect dividend policy on firm value. Dividend policy has a significant negative effect on firm value. The results indicate that dividend policy is a factor that is highly considered by investors in assessing a company to invest. Investors tend to prefer a definite return on their investment. Companies that distribute dividends show that a company earns profits and is able to prosper its shareholders. This gave a signal to investors, which in turn attracts investors to buy shares in the company. Conclusion. Number 1, the profitability variable partially has a significant positive effect on firm value. Number 2, the investment decision variable partially has a positive and significant effect on firm value. Number 3, the funding decision variable partially has a positive and significant effect on firm value. And the last, the dividend policy variable partially has a negative and significant effect on firm value. Limitation. Number 1, the independent variables used in this study only use the variable of profitability, investment decision, funding decision, and dividend policy. Number 2, population use was only limited to manufacturing companies, so that in this study it was still not representative of the industrial sector companies listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange. Number 3, this study only used a 3-year period from 2018 until 2020. Suggestion. Number 1, the future research is expected to add other factors as independent variables that can affect firm value, such as company growth, leverage, company size, and etc. Number 2, the future research is expected to use a different sample, namely using all companies listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange. Number 3, the future research is expected to increase the research period in order to obtain more comprehensive results. Thank you very much.